I have with me is Jamal, his YouTube channel, my Jamal, and he gave a great, powerful speech, especially telling the truth about everything else. So I want to say a couple words there.
Well, my whole thing is this. The truth is not nice. The truth will not always make you feel good. If you know the truth, don't allow nobody to tell you you're racist, you're bigot, you're homophobe. When they kick that junk at your feet, you kick it back at them, and you kick it back at them even harder to let them know. If you're in your feelings, if you want to debate me with your feelings, keep that stupid mess to yourself. Because no, you can't debate nobody's feelings, but you can call it stupid, you can call it dumb, you can call it ignorant, and you can belittle that person's feelings to let them know if you're not going to debate me with facts, you're only going to come at me with feelings. Guess what? These are my feelings. This is how I feel. And so since this is how I feel, I get to say how I feel the same way you get to say how you feel. Now, if you want to debate me with facts, like men with facts, let's talk.
Right. Yeah, that was great though. Yeah, because it's about time we stand up to those liberal sons of bitches though about all the shit they're doing.
Here's the thing: people won't stand up because they always are feeling they're going to be targeted, and when they're targeted in ways they never were. Well, you tell somebody who was in the military, this man was in Vietnam. He saw some of his best black friends get shot, killed, and blown apart. He saw some of his commanders who was black, and you call him a racist now? And he remember his best friend that was blown apart?
Right.
You gonna call him a racist? Let's go even further back. Let's go to World War II. Let's go to World War II when the armies were actually integrated. However, but they had to come together, battle the bulge, but they did the integration real quick.
Right.
And they saw that fellow soldier die beside them. Just because they disagree with a particular comment or particular speaker, you gonna call them a racist? This man actually sat here and saw his best friend get blown apart. And he always will remember that. But you're gonna call him a racist? This is what goes on. People they're called racist just because, okay, you like the rebel flag? Excuse me, the rebel flag, the battle flag, Virginia?
Right.
That's fine. You like it. That's you. Just because you fly, that don't make you a racist.
Right.
Just because you fly the red, black, and green don't make you a black supporter. And that's why people got to do it. And when Darren Ruth went in that church and shot it up, they had been wanting to target the Confederate flag, the battle flag of Virginia that flew over South Carolina for years. The NAACP been wanting it, and what they did was slimely, and I say slimely, went after that flag to take it down because that flag had absolutely nothing to do with that killing. The flag went down.
Right.
The black on black crime still there. The black on black out of wedlock birth is still there, and the black on black incarceration is still there. So tell me this. What did the flag coming down really do? What did it do? It just solved somebody's penny-wise agenda. And that's what it was. And they just wanted that flag to come down in Virginia. That's why you have many flags. They have changed state flags because they don't like it. You cannot erase history, because when you start erasing history because you don't like it, you're going to be doomed to repeat it because you're not going to have any examples still flying around.
Yeah, it happened in Georgia. Like, they changed their state flag about 6 times.
Georgia, I believe Mississippi still got theirs.
Yeah, they're trying to change it for Mississippi, but they fought against it and they still have it flying.
And here's the thing, and that came from the people willing to make a stand. And when you had, like I said before, the NAACP, NCAA, and the ACC should lose their tax exemption.
Right.
You don't have to play here. We're not telling you that. But if you're gonna play here and you're gonna stick your nose in business, political business that some of your watchers disagree with you on, you taking a stand that they disagree with you on, then you are being a political party and you need to be taxed and treated like a party.
Right. Yeah, because with their political propaganda, of course, it's going to drive away, businesses and fans and all that.
People today don't want to be associated with certain words because they start saying, well, this is, I'm not this. So what, they keep beating you down and beating you down. And some people don't have the balls just to stand up and say, you know what, call me a racist, call me a bigot, call me homophobe, whatever, I don't care. That's your opinion, but this is what I believe and this is what I'm going to stand on. And that's what I know is coming out of the legislature. That legislature building right over there. That's what they need to do. They need to realize the News and Observer lie is going to tell a lie.
Yeah.
CNN is going to lie.
Right.
MSNBC, come on. We know they built MSNBS. You just take the N out. You got BS.
NPR.
NPR used to be a decent one. But you know what? That's why I'm glad President Trump cut the budget
Right.
and cutting them
It's costing
because
us money.
they're not balanced and fair. When I mean balanced and fair, I don't mean like that trash Anna Newman on CNN. She calls herself a Republican strategist. No, she's not. What she is, she's a liberal. She's a plant from those who want amnesty to come in, and they want to sit there and they want to push amnesty on the Republican Party. So what they do is they affect our party with all these little subgroups to tell you, well, you're gonna not get this vote, you're not gonna get this vote,
Yeah.
and that's what happened. That's why they need to get rid of them.
Because for years they're bribery, like, hey, I'll give you a vote or something, like they're trying to buy votes and give them something in return.
It's not just in buying vote.
Okay.
It's buying. How do I put it? It's buying people who are willing to have you invested in that particular group to have you future boards. Here's the thing. They don't necessarily know they can't change me. They know they won't change me.
Of course not.
But they'll go after my daughter.
Oh.
They'll see. Here's the thing. See, if you want to change me, you go after my daughter, and you go after my family, and you'll go and try to deep in. So where daddy is one way, you get the child to be another way, and then you have a lot of what Republicans do. Then they change it. Well, I was against it, but I want my child to be happy. Your child failures does not make something moral or immoral.
Okay.
Moral has standards. Same thing, I think Ron Portman from Ohio Senator. His son came out gay. He all of a sudden he was for gay marriage. Republican.
Oh.
And I wrote on his Twitter feed one time, and I said this. I said, just because your son falls short, don't mean the standards should change.
Right.
And that's how it has to be. Just because your children fall short of the standards, don't mean the standards change when your children fall short, or even when you fall short. If I'm sitting up there and I'm claiming to be family, and I'm claiming to be this, and I'm sitting up there cheating, I'm cheating with 4, 5, 8 different women, adultery don't change.
Right.
It's still wrong.
Right.
And that's how it has to be. The standards don't change. If I'm going to be a man, I'm going to sit here, I should be with my wife, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was agreeing about the thing that, we got to put like all these trades back in America, have everybody work for a living. Because
put them back in school. Put them his thing.
Right.
You have to put them back in school, and you have to make the entertainment reflect that. We have so many. Look, how many shows do you see about construction workers? How many shows do you see about those? And how many of them are Americans? And if they do have a construction worker on the show, how many is American and he's happy? He's black, he's white, he's Asian. And he's happy, he's enjoying himself. They don't show that no more because what they want to do, they want to overflow of college kids.
Right.
So the corporations have a pick instead of you having to pick the corporation.
Yeah, because my dad was saying that they should have a show about bricklayers because he was a long time bricklayer for 23 years.
You don't have to have a show. You don't have to have a show about it, but you can have a character
Right.
that calls in, and he's a repelling character. Like I said, it's about getting these characters on TV that's going to show people. And guess what? I may not be smart enough for college, but you know what? I can make $40,000 or $50,000 laying brick.
Right. That's what my dad did.
6 days a week. I can make $40,000, $50,000 running HVAC work.
Yeah, he does that too. He was a bricklayer first, and then the HVAC man for 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, I can't. So, but I got better interest in cars.
Have a good one.
All right, that's Jamal. So look him up.
God bless.
All right.
Jamal, come on, one more.